welcome back to the show. Now, Supreme Court's decision that its interim order declaring Bandhs as unlawful would remain in force for now is a blow to the ruling DMK. The ruling DMK's October 1st, 2007 Bandh in Tamil Nadu to implement Setu Samudram Shipping Canal Project or SSCP was declared unlawful by the Supreme Court after the opposition AIADMK moved the apex court. While the Madras High Court rejected AIADMK's petition to declare the ruling DMK-sponsored Bandh illegal, Supreme Court called it illegal in its interim order and served notices to Tamil Nadu government. The apex court today said that the interim order would remain in force until the Madras High Court decides on the original petition moved by the AIADMK. Now, for more on this, we are now joined by my colleague Peer Mohammed. Peer, another decision that has had some amount of impact on the government here in Tamil Nadu, especially the DMK. What do you make of this development and one order by the apex judicial body?
Yes, Ashmit, again the Supreme Court has held that public right is superior to individual party rights. It has upheld its earlier order in 1998 when it has confirmed the order of Kerala High Court. When Kerala High Court declared Bandh as unconstitutional, it went to the Kerala government went to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court upheld the Kerala High Court verdict and said Bandhs are illegal because public right is superior to individual party rights. Today, the Supreme Court has held the same thing again and said that the parties cannot go on disrupting normalcy just for their whims and fancies, and it has returned the petition, the original petition, to the Madras High Court. The Madras High Court is now in a situation that it cannot go against the Supreme Court's 1998 order because 1998 order has already declared Bandhs as unconstitutional. Ashmit.
All right, P. Thank you so much for joining us, for giving us some insight about the legal developments. And with that, in some sad news now, a private school at Punchamali near Krishnagiri was torched by angry villagers after the school's bus accidentally killed a +1 student, Suresh. Enraged by the death of the student, villagers set fire to the school buildings and vehicles even while the students were studying inside. The students and teachers ran for safety while the angry mob set the buildings ablaze. Property worth several lakhs rupees has been damaged. The villagers reportedly stopped the fire tenders, furthering the damage caused. Nearly 500 police personnel have been deployed in the area and the situation continues to remain tense. Now, in some other developments, the fees at the Alpha Matriculation Higher Secondary School in Saidapet is too high, or at least that's what the agitated parents of this school's students are claiming. From not getting proper receipts to being charged for coming in late, the parents were furious with the school authorities for what they called being unreasonable. The school authorities, however, did not comment. Now, in some national stories now, the convoy of Chandrababu Naidu was stoned in Rangareddy district by pro-Telangana activists. Naidu was, however, unhurt. The protesters say that any leader who has not supported the formation of a separate Telangana state shall not be allowed to tour the Telangana districts. Chandrababu Naidu was to visit Mehboob district to express solidarity with farmers over the shortage of fertilizers. Now, in a case of tit-for-tat, Law Minister Veerappa Moily takes a dig at the recently retired Chief Vigilance Commissioner, Pratyush Sinha. Soon after retiring, the CVC had said that every third Indian is corrupt. The Law Minister retorted to the remarks while speaking at an RTI function.
When a few top officials who could have a difference in office, who could have made a difference in office, having failed to do so, become saints after retirement. When I was abroad recently, I found a report in the foreign newspaper that every third Indian is corrupt. This is the message.
Now, in some business news, in a stellar performance today, the markets raced ahead and closed at levels which were last seen in January 2008. The Sensex stormed past the 19,000 levels and closed at 19,208. That's up by 408 points. The Nifty too recorded a confident surge, climbing by 119 points to end the day at 5760. Better than expected IIP numbers, robust performance by China and positive global markets contributed towards this up move. The banking stocks scorched ahead while the metals, realty and oil and gas sectors also saw heavy buying activity. Now, Indian tennis stars are raining down on Chennai ahead of the Davis Cup. NDTV Hindu caught up with a few of them and we'll bring you a sneak peek on the other side.